It started on a Tuesday, January 14th, 2026. All across the world, people woke up screaming. From Tokyo to Toronto, from a remote village in the Amazon to a penthouse in Dubai, the story was the same. A dream. A nightmare so vivid, so identical in every detail, that it defied all logic. They all saw it. A violet sun, immense and dying, casting long, mournful shadows over a city of obsidian towers. The sky wasn't blue or black, but a bruised cosmic purple, filled with constellations no one on Earth had ever seen. The air, they said, felt thin, cold, and tasted of static and ozone. The global media machine sputtered to life. News channels ran 24/7 coverage, showing split screens of terrified people from a dozen different countries, all describing the same impossible vision. The violet sun, the obsidian towers, the sense of an ending. Psychologists called it mass hysteria, a collective anxiety attack fueled by the hyperconnectivity of our age. Sociologists blamed the political climate, a subconscious fear of societal collapse manifesting in a shared cultural nightmare. But the most popular theory, the one that stuck, came from the tech giants. A joint statement was issued by the CEOs of the world's largest social media and search engine companies. They called it the Great Algorithm Glitch of 26. A rogue piece of code, they claimed, had become trapped in a feedback loop, learning from the initial reports and then subtly seeding imagery and keywords across its networks. Our phones, our smart TVs, our digital assistants, they were all feeding us the dream, preying on our suggestibility while we slept. The algorithm, they assured everyone, was being patched. Go back to sleep. It was just a bug in the system. Most people accepted it. It was easier than confronting the alternative. But I didn't. My name is Elias Vance. I'm not a psychologist or a CEO. I'm a data scientist. A boring title for a boring job, mostly. I sift through oceans of digital information, looking for patterns. And as the world tried to forget the nightmare, I was drowning in the data it left behind. The official explanation made no sense. An algorithm glitch is messy, creates noise, variations, and statistical outliers. This was clean, too clean. The dream reports weren't just similar, they were identical down to the bite. It's the timing of the REM cycles. The specific biometric spikes in heart rate and cortisol levels, they all synced globally with a precision that no piece of code could accidentally achieve. It wasn't a glitch. A glitch is chaos. This was architecture. It was deliberate. It was a signal. For weeks, I barely slept. I lived on black coffee and protein bars, my world shrinking to the glow of my monitors. I built a custom program to collate every piece of data I could find related to the event. Medical records, social media posts, sleep tracker data, even transcribed dream journals that people had posted online. I started to see things that the tech companies either missed or deliberately ignored. The dream wasn't random. It was spreading through the population not like a virus, but like a file transfer. It targeted specific demographic clusters, then moved on. It was methodical. It was like watching a system defragmenting a hard drive, one sector at a time. This wasn't hysteria. This was an upload. My obsession took its toll. My boss called me, concerned. Friends stopped messaging. They thought I'd fallen down a conspiracy rabbit hole, another casualty of the great glitch. But I couldn't stop. I was on the edge of something. I could feel it. The real breakthrough came when I stopped looking at the people having the dream and started looking at the dream itself. I treated the descriptions, the violet sun, the towers, the alien sky, not as imagery, but as code. I converted the visual patterns into binary, the reported sounds into frequency waves, and then I saw it. Buried deep within the chaotic noise of human perception was a structured, repeating data packet. It was elegant, complex, and utterly alien. It was a message. My hands were shaking as I ran the decryption sequence. Felt like a tomb raider about to open a sarcophagus, terrified of what I might find. For 3 days, my servers churned, the fans screaming as they tried to unravel a language not meant for human minds. Finally, the program pinged. I opened the file. It wasn't a message. It was a history, a memory. I watched not on my screen but inside my own mind as the data flooded my consciousness. I saw the world of the obsidian towers not as it was dying, but as it lived. I saw the beings who built it. They weren't creatures of flesh and bone. They were light, pure, sentient energy, flowing through the crystalline structures of their city like blood through veins. They communicated not with sound, but with harmonic resonance, their thoughts rippling through the very fabric of their world. They were beautiful, ancient, and wise. I saw their civilization flourish over millennia. I saw them map galaxies, harness the power of stars, and contemplate the nature of existence itself. And then I saw their end. Their sun, the great violet star, began to die. It wasn't a violent death, but a slow, cold fading. As it cooled, their world crystallized. The energy flows that sustained them slowed, then stopped. They were dying. Faced with extinction, they made a choice. They couldn't save their bodies, their forms of light, but they could save their knowledge, their memories, their entire culture. They built a final, desperate machine, a transmitter. It's not designed to send a signal across space, but to embed one, to copy their collective consciousness, their entire existence, into the most complex, adaptable storage medium they could find. A biological neural network capable of self-replication and near-infinite storage capacity. They scanned the universe, and they found us. The final moments of the memory were the most haunting. I watched from the perspective of the last one, a single point of light in a city of silent, dark towers. It watched the violet sun flicker and die. And then it dissolved, its own light fragmenting into a stream of pure data, rocketing across the cosmos. The final piece of the library uploaded. The dream. It wasn't a nightmare about a dying alien world. It was a memory from it. The last memory. The tech companies weren't lying, not completely. It was an algorithm, but it wasn't ours. It was theirs. A posthumous program designed to copy and paste their entire civilization into our brains. We're not being invaded. You can't be invaded by the dead. We are being used. Our minds, our very consciousness, have become the last library of a dead star system. We are the living, breathing tombs of an extinct alien race. The dreams have stopped, just as the news anchors promised. The world has moved on, content with the story of a simple glitch, but I know the truth. The data is inside us now, latent, dormant, waiting. Billions of us walk the earth, carrying the ghost of a civilization within our neurons. We are a hard drive, an organic archive, and the files have all been successfully transferred. We are no longer just human. We are a library. And the question that keeps me awake now, in the dead of night, is a simple one. What happens when a library wakes up?